Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my January Shop My Stash project pan. I'm so excited to be here with you all today to do this video because I'm definitely in need of a refresh of my Shop My Stash because I've hit my usage threshold on every single product and I'm just ready to switch them out for some new stuff. So I hope all of you are doing well. It is a winter wonderland outside right now and it is also nap time at my house. So I have my monitor here. I actually should probably turn the volume down so you don't hear the white noise. Took care of that. Both my boys are sleeping right now. My oldest is now 4. He turned 4 pretty recently and he's been skipping a lot of his naps. They still nap when he is at daycare, but when he's home with us, we've been skipping a lot of naps just because I feel like sometimes if he naps, he goes to bed later and it's just better, like the doctor said, it's better for them to have the longer night sleep than the shorter night sleep and then a nap in the middle of the day. So we've been skipping a lot of naps because he's fine. But today he was just very tired. And so I actually was laying in his bed with him and fell asleep. And I woke up like an hour later and was like, oh, I need to get out of your bed and go be productive. And so here we are. I'm filming this video now, but anywho, there is a chance that one or both of them wake up while I'm filming this. So hopefully I can make it through this video before that happens. If you're unfamiliar with this project, it's basically a typical Shop My Stash where I go through all of my products. I pick a few things that I want to keep in my regular makeup bag for about a month, and I work on those things until I hit at least 5 uses. That's kind of like the project pan side of things for me, is that I'm trying to hit a usage goal on all of these things to make sure that I'm not like rolling them into this project and then ignoring them, which I definitely could do. And if I don't hit the 5 uses, then they have to stick around for another month or as long as it takes to hit the 5 uses. So I'm definitely holding myself accountable to making sure that I'm using all of these at least 5 times. And so that's one of the things that I really appreciate this project, is because it keeps me using everything in my collection for the most part. I'm actively rolling in new and different things in this project because otherwise, to be perfectly honest with you, I'd focus on my project pan things and then I'd probably pick a few other things that I really like and just use those all the time. And it just doesn't make sense for me with the size of my collection to do that. And my collection's on the smaller side, but I just really need to make sure that I'm using everything, especially as a panner, so that I have progress across the board. And just for me mentally, I also feel just better about the fact that I'm using everything and things are not going to waste. So that is how this project works. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but I love this one and I hope you all enjoy getting to see what new products I pick out. And sorry, the person across the street from us is shoveling right now, so if you hear that like scraping noise, that's why. My husband and I were out there last night from like 9:30 to 10:30 getting our driveway and sidewalk shoveled. We live on a corner, so while I love the corner lot, it's not super fun during snowstorms because we have a ton of sidewalk to shovel, but that is just the price we pay for where our house is. But anyways, I just wanted to clear that up if you're hearing that in the background. That is because he is out there shoveling, but like I said, this was the time that I had to film, so here we are. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I tracked all my usage in my notebook like I do with all of my project pans. And let's talk about everything. So the first thing that was rolled in was my base product. This is the OG Complexion Stick, and I used this one 11 times. I use this a lot as a mix-in. I also wore it by itself, but I feel like it looks a little bit better if I do this in a few spots across my face and then do something else with it. I wore this a lot with this Tarte Hydro Flex Serum Foundation. This has more coverage, so I kind of would apply this in certain spots, then put this on, and then anywhere that I felt like needed more coverage, I would just dab this in and then use my brush to blend it out. The only thing that I was finding with this was I felt like it was a little bit drying on the skin, or just that my skin was dry and it was like holding on to those patches a little bit more. So I just need to do a really good moisturizing routine before pulling this in as my foundation. I had 2 blush products in this round. I had my Rare Beauty blush, and then I also, this was new, and then I also had my Benetint blush, which was also new. So I used both of these actually 6 times. I think only once together, to be honest, but I loved both of them. I was a little worried that this would be too gold because while it said cool pink, and when I ordered it online, when I swatched it, it looked like there was gold flecks in it, but on the cheeks, it looked great, none of that, so I was very happy with that. And then this, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this, but this is actually really beautiful. I'm wearing it on my lips today, but I loved it on the cheeks. I would just dab it right on my cheeks, grab a blush, blend it out. And I feel like you need like a little bit more than a little bit, because when I just did a little bit, you couldn't really tell. But then when I did too much, it was too much. So I had to find kind of the perfect amount of dots to get right. But once I did, I really love this one. Really happy to have that in my collection. Really grateful to my friend who gifted that to me in our little secret, or I guess we did a white elephant, not a secret Santa this year. So I loved that. I also had my Marc Jacobs bronzer in this. I used this 7 times, but then I rolled it in to my project pan for this year. So obviously I've been using it there. So I stopped counting usage in this project. I will say though, while it was in this project, I actually hit pan. It was a much smaller pan at the time, but I really wanted to hit pan before I rolled it into my project pan at the beginning of 2025. And I hadn't yet when I rolled this into this project at the end of 2024. And then I used it a few times and I was able to hit pan, I guess the 7 times I was able to hit pan before I rolled it into my project pan, which just was it was the best thing. I don't know. I was so excited. It's such a motivator. I was so happy to do it. And so glad that I had it in this project and was able to do that before it got rolled into that other project. I also used my new Caliray Surf Proof Setting Spray 6 times. I really like the mister on this. It is so fine and so nice. It feels so good. And I was happy to use it 6 times. I'm still kind of testing it out. I still need, I think, a little bit longer to see how well it makes my makeup last. I haven't really quite been able to have a super good opinion on that one yet, just after 6 uses, but in general, I've really been enjoying this. I'm going to probably take a break from setting sprays until I finish up the one that's in my project pan, although I was just spraying it on earlier and I don't think there's a lot left, so that might be sooner than I thought. And then I have 4 lip products. This lip liner, I hit 6 uses. This is the Kylie lip liner in the shade Mary Jo. I'm wearing this today with the Benetton. Super pretty. I love this color. And then all of you were complimenting me, not all of you, but some of you were complimenting me in a couple of my more recent videos when I was wearing a red lip, and this was the one that I was wearing. This is the Kylie liquid lip in Mary Jo. I just think it's the prettiest red, absolutely stunning. Got 5 uses on that. Super easy one to wear. I just think it's such a pretty color. This was a rollover from the month previous. This was also a rollover for the month previous. This is my Clinique Black Honey. I got 5 uses on this one as well. Such a pretty shade. It's super dark in the actual tube, but when you apply it to the lips, it's a much sheerer shade, and so you can build it up or you can just wear it super sheer. It's super pretty, and it was just fun to have in this project. And then I also rolled in last month my NARS Stefania lipstick. I would wear a chapstick and then apply this on top, which sheared it out. I tend to do that a lot now these days with my lipsticks, and it just makes some of the ones that are a little bit more intense than I would normally go for a little bit less intense and actually way more wearable. And so that's exactly how I wore this one and was able to get 5 uses on it pretty easily. So that is the update on all of the products that I have been working on for the last month or so. Super excited that I hit my usage threshold across the board. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back in my collection, and we will select some new products to work on for the next month or so. Let's start with base. As I look at my collection, I have these two that I want to finish up this year. They're part of my planning to pan. And then these 2, I don't feel like I love anymore. And so I keep like debating back and forth on if I should declutter them. And then I have this concealer that I also feel like I should probably declutter because I don't wear it. So I don't know. I need to make some decisions when it comes to my base products and just keep the things that I love and move the things out that I don't, or finish the things that I don't. My preference usually is let's finish it up versus declutter, but I don't know. I need to make some decisions there. But anywho, in terms of rolling something in for this project, I've been debating between the Makeup Forever HD foundation and the Tarte Serum foundation. I think I'm gonna go with this one though for this month. And then I need a powder, so this is also on my planning to pan list, my Kosas Cloud Set, but I think that it won't be too big of a lift when I roll this into my project pan to finish it up, so I don't feel like I need to work on it in like a Shop My Stash project. I do feel like I've had these like 2 loose powders around for a while, and it would be nice to give them some attention. I think I'm gonna pick my Coty Airspun loose powder. I've just had this one forever. There's so much product in here, so it couldn't hurt to get a monthly usage on that. I'm using my Marc Jacobs bronzer as part of my project pan, so I don't need to roll a bronzer in. Last month in this project, I actually forgot to roll a highlighter in, so let's not forget to do that this month. Cookie highlight for Valentine's Day, and this is a really pretty pink highlight, so I'm gonna do that. And then I need to pick a blush. So I really liked having like a liquid or cream blush and then also a powder blush. So I think that's what I'm gonna do again. I want to finish my Too Faced blush as well as part of my project pan. So I actually think I'm gonna roll this one into this project just to get a little bit of usage on it. But then in terms of the other blush I wanna roll in, this one's like calling my name, this Merit blush in the shade Stockholm. It's just so pretty. So I think I'm gonna do that one. It'll be fun to work on. I do wanna pick out some lipstick. I have a gloss in my project pan and I have setting spray in my project pan, so I don't need that, but I would love to roll in a lipstick. Maybe I'll pick one of the Jaclyn Hill. Oh, I love this shade. The shade Mom. Such a pretty shade. So I'll roll in that one. And then maybe I'll pick one from over here as well. Maybe I'll try and roll in like a nude shade. Let's see. This one's Daringly Nude, so that might be the one that I want. That's perfect, I think. Okay, so here's what I plan on working on for the next month or so. I have this Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I picked the Coty Airspun Powder. This Too Faced Love Flush Blush, that's kind of hard to say, in the shade Baby Love, which as you can see, we have quite a big pan on, so excited to get some additional usage on that. Speaking of pan, my Benefit Cookie Highlight has pretty good pan too, so would love to see that one grow as well. This is new to me. This is the Merit blush in the shade Stockholm, so excited to try this one out. And then you saw me pick out 2 of these lipsticks, but I also chose another one kind of at the last minute, so I will show you all 3. So these 2 are Maybelline. This one is Touch of Spice, and that one's Daringly Nude. And then this one is from Jaclyn Hill in the shade Mom. And they just were all calling my name. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and use them each 5 times or more and just get some additional uses across these. They all look kind of similar now, but they are different shades. So excited to get some usage across all of them. And that is the update in my Shop My Stash project pan. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.